Hey, pre-notification gang. Oh, these are 5 gift sub stubs. The resub wrangle. Live car chase right now. That's every day. If it's good though, I'll watch it when it's done. Thanks to Prime Lucky. Thanks to resub. Generic. Happy birthday. Eradicate. Resub Toland. Resub Teacup. And Mori. The Prime 83% resub Tyroli, Briz, and 5 gift subs Ethereal. Have you seen the Bitcoin crash today? No, how much did it crash today? Not much. Oh, never mind. It's like $2,000. I am excited for the raid race tomorrow. Yeah, I did see that here. I'll pull it up. Thanks to Tier 1, Sad Face in the resub, Arcrim, Terrapin, JJ, Anna, and the Prime. Bring. Watch the police chase when it's done. I don't watch the chases live. Thanks the resub. Malosaurus and the Prime Cat and the 5 gift sub Sad Face. Thank you for that. No idea, Arrow. Thanks to the bits, Tom. Thanks to resub Grateful and Zine. And the Prime Cat. I'm gonna play the Resident Evil 4 demo. Oh, I forgot there was a demo. Totally forgot. Probably not. Game comes out in like a week, 2 weeks or whatever, so I'll just wait. I usually don't bother fucking with demos. Unless it's like way in advance. Thanks the resub Andrew and Bits Dowland. Actual good PC port. Well, that's good news. Thanks the Bits J Luso. No, I haven't seen that. Thanks the bit spooky. But I'm not a big Backrooms fan. There's a tier 1 kanji. The live chase just ended. Okay, I'm gonna watch it in a little bit. There too. Yeah, this one seems like a fucking snoozer. It's 4 hours of a standoff. I'm not watching that. It's not interesting. There's the resub Oak. And the resub Aaron. And Amir. And the Prime next. If you want World First, you gotta play, brother. Brother, I played all last night. I am prepped for World First. The only thing I need to finish doing is leveling up the Osteo, which I'm probably just gonna do later tonight. But after the Osteo, I'm all set. And 1780 and everything I need. With infusion fodder in case there's anything that needs to be upped. There's a gift sub much needed laughs, and the 2 gift subs Stone and gift subs Spooky. And there's the tier 1 Pog hat. And the gift sub Slasher, or the resub Slasher. And the resub Karishi. The Prime Samuel and the resub Trey. You see how everyone is criticizing Jake for running away when there were like 30 people. Yeah, I haven't seen the criticism, but I saw the clip of him running away from like the Floyd Mayweather team or whatever, but they were like actually 30 heads deep, so I don't blame him. Like, what's he supposed to do? Sit there and let 30 dudes run up on him? The Prime Blue Dye, Goose, and the resub Sturdy, and the Bits of Dowland. And the resub Rext, and 2 gift subs Mars. When he brags as much as he does, yeah. It's different to talk shit about an individual. Like, he's not out there saying he could beat up an entire fucking army. The man got jumped by an actual small team of people. He got jumped by the first and second string of a football squad, basically. It was like 30 dudes. Jumped is an exaggeration. 30 dudes rolled up on him. Like, of course he's not going to challenge each and every single one of them to fisticuffs. He's not going to be like, throw him up. It's 30 people. Oh, God, Jesus Christ, Rod. Thank you, Rod. Good to see you tonight. I hope you had a good day. Thanks for resub Mikey, Qual, and the Prime lifted. And the resub Mamba. And no, I haven't seen that big. Thank you for that, Rod. Thanks for the big drop. And thanks to the resub Bloodpool. And Moose. And the resub Flea. Yeah, I've got it pulled up right here. I saw the Suicide Squad game announcement. I'm actually shocked. I don't know how much they're going to be able to improve here, considering the actual core problem with the game is the game itself. It did away with all of the great DNA and all of the great groundwork from the Arkham series in order to just be a fucking shooter. A live service shooter. I don't know how much they can really change. These are 2 gift subs, Snow, and resub Nathaniel and Isaac. And yeah, of course I know combat juggling. Gamers love to bitch. I mean, I was excited for the game till I saw the gameplay, and then I was disappointed. Like, rightfully so. What do you mean gamers love the bitch? It looked bad. Like, it didn't look good. There's nothing wrong with saying it didn't look good. It didn't. Especially from a studio as beloved as fucking Rocksteady. Huge fumble. You don't like battle passes? Well, let's not get carried away. You know I love me a good battle pass, especially in a fucking game like Suicide Squad. It looks bad, so move on like an adult. You mean what everyone did? They talk some shit and that's it. What, just be like, it's bad. And that's it. Like, what do you mean? I don't think there's people out there in the streets protesting that the game looked shitty. What are you talking about? There's a resub Yoko and Tier 1 Fishy, and the bits Universal, Emily, and Tichon. No one forced them to delay the game. It was just people saying, yeah, this is disappointing, which it is. And then they made the decision to delay it to, I guess, add more polish. Not that that's going to change anything unless they completely redo the game. Thanks for 2 gift subs, Snow. And the resub Ryan and GigaCast. There's a lot of battle pass removal changes that can be made easily. Yeah, but the battle pass is one of the least offensively bad things about it. The actual game itself looks not fun. Every character just shoots. The movement looks cool. I think the movement looks great, but the game itself is just, hey, here's our 4 heroes that just shoot. Yeehaw. That's what I like from Rocksteady. A studio that made an absolutely beautiful series of games right before this. Only to, I guess, I don't know, devolve into just, hey, here's some guns to shoot. With like really old school gunplay. The finals does have a lot of potential. They just need to fix the input delay. Once that input delay is fixed, that game's going to feel pretty good. Thanks for another gift sub, Rod, and the Tier 1 Sarah, and the resub Rin, Icy, LD, and the Prime Liam. And thanks to the resub Pricky. Didn't they make another shitty game recently? No, you're thinking of Gotham Knights, and that was not Rocksteady. This game does look better than Gotham Knights. Absolutely, I'll give it that. But it's a huge step down from the Arkham series. I'm still one episode behind on Last of Us. Thanks to resub Jeef and Peepo. And the resub rental. Would you recommend watching Yu Yu Hakusho? Yeah, as long as you don't watch the 4th season. Thanks to Tier 1 Fandango. Thanks to the resub Stellar. Thanks to the bits Corbin. Is that like your group, the Big Bonanza? Thanks to the resub Shady. Resub Arcane. You ready for World First? Yep, I just need to farm Osteo, and I'm pretty much set. And that's just going to take a few Shirochi runs. Thanks, resub None. Oh. We finished everything from To Catch a Predator, every single episode. This game gonna shut down Rocksteady if it misses? No, I don't think so. I don't think this game's going to do very well. Just a hunch, maybe it does pop off somehow. But I also don't think it's gonna shut down Rocksteady if it does poorly. Rocksteady is a developer with quite a big list of hits. Like, they're pretty prestigious. I don't think they'd shut down from one stinker. Granted, this has taken like 8 years worth of development, so that would be a big deal if it fucking flopped. Thanks, resub Camus. Grinded to 1821 on Destiny, but told contest mode is 1790 capped. Someone lied to you. It's 1780 capped. But there's no harm in grinding to 1821 either. Thanks, resub crazy. Do I think the overall quality of movies nowadays has just gotten much worse? No. I actually saw Scream 6 tonight. I won't spoil anything, but this movie was surprisingly good. Like, actually just pretty good. I think a lot of movies are just safe IPs that they use and abuse. And this is really no different. It is just kind of a safe IP. But at least it was good. They did a pretty good job with it. I liked it. Thanks to the resub Soy. And the bits Choom. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Movie was ass. I disagree. I guess it depends on what you want out of it. I thought it did a very decent job. Like, the kills were fun, brutal. It actually built tension a couple times, like, not shittily. I don't have any real main complaints, except for, like, some big plot holes and some shitty dialogue and some real plot convenience moments, but nothing huge that made me hate it. Exhibits Tori. And the resub Spanish. And the resub window. Yep, tomorrow's day one raid. We're starting at noon, I believe, EST is when it drops. And the bits Strong, Mars, and Arrow. And no, I still haven't seen the GRE episode with CoffeeZilla. And I probably won't do the beta for Diablo 4, but I guess we'll see. I know the Resident Evil 4 demo's out. I usually don't bother with demos when the game's like literally 2 weeks away. It just doesn't seem worth it. It seems like kind of just a waste of time.
This is concerning because he sees a few brake lights. Traffic is obviously slowing down here. The driver is clearly getting frustrated, looking for any gap to either squeeze through or just get off the freeway. My worry here is that when he gets off the freeway, if this type of driving continues, I don't want to see this end up on surface streets where you've got this kind of a wild driver behind the wheel of a essentially a little van like this, or an SUV on surface streets. So right now he's hugging that right lane, looking for any gaps to squeeze through, and right now just that one black and white behind him, right, Rob? If we widen out, just the one so far. So trying to get some more backup in here, only the one primary unit behind him.
I still haven't beaten Atomic Heart yet, no. Thanks, Resub Hamelio. And no, I don't think I'll play the Resident Evil 4 demo. The game comes out in like 2 weeks. Thanks, the Resub Leaf. Whew.
Yeah, you're right. He had a couple of opportunities right there to get off of the freeway. He didn't take any of them, and he is now fully committed to the westbound side of the 10 freeway. So he made his way down the 60 freeway into the East LA interchange, and through all those spaghetti lanes there, he ended up on the westbound side of the 10 freeway, now making his way through downtown LA, where, as I look out the window from Air 7 HD, it only gets slower from here. This is still the time of the night where a lot of folks are heading home from downtown to the west side towards the 405 via the 10 freeway, and traffic in many parts are bumping.
I don't know, Phallic. I don't really pre-order games. Hey, thanks to the resub Rocket Sloth and Angela. Yeah, this one doesn't seem like it's going to be too interesting.
Joining the pursuit, so CHP now has 2 units in position.
This is a wild car to go on a chase with, though.
There is a helicopter on the way. CHP is now pulling up now, so
it's like a stretched out smart car.
2 ground units behind him, then they can get.
Thanks, a resub junkie. This is a Scion. Oh, is it a Scion?
Yeah, and still hugging those left lanes. Again, no signs of trying to get off the freeway, despite all of the opportunities. He's pretty committed here and continuing to push it to upwards of 80 to 90 miles per hour. Again, at one point when we first joined you, close to 100 miles per hour. I can't imagine
That can get up to
Scion
100?
can
It
go
doesn't look
much
like it.
beyond that. He's really pushing this vehicle to its extreme limits here.
Even Chris is saying the same thing,
you know,
yeah.
so far, he's been successful. Still about 80 miles per hour here. He's got some open 10 freeway ahead of him, and then it's going to slow down a little bit more once he gets closer to Robertson.
It's a Corolla in a box. Huh.
And you've got to wonder whether over the course of this pursuit, which has now been going on for at least 45 minutes or so,
Jesus, really?
whether he has come in contact with anybody else. I mean, just judging by some of the really erratic moves we've seen and some of the really close calls, you at least have to wonder what transpired earlier on in this pursuit. Was it originally a CHP pursuit? Was it handed off to CHP by another agency? Those are details we're still trying to figure out, but nonetheless, CHP taking this over, they are now the primary agency, and they will hand this off to their various stations along the way here. So this is now in
Is this just all gonna be on this?
Here, pursuit.
Yeah, this one looks like a bit of a
downtown
snoozer. That Scion's just gonna pit a lot of gas pretty soon, I bet.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough units to even think about a traffic break just yet. They
Is it
only have
tier
those
1?
2 units of position still.
Non-pa and the
Presumably,
resub Brandon.
there's more up ahead.
Bits
Actually,
purple.
I understand there are 2 more further back.
You gonna
that
go
are
to the
joining
Sumo
pursuit. So
National
they may
Championship in
be
Orlando on
able
Saturday.
to
No, that
close
sounds
off some
fucking
of this
hype.
traffic behind him here.
Thanks to the
and
Prime
prevent
How.
him from mixing too much with other motorists. But at these speeds, it's a little bit difficult, and you know, there's just enough moderate traffic ahead of him where, you know, shutting off the freeway and closing off entrance ramps is a little bit difficult without enough manpower. Just past the 405, coming up, we're in just past
No, I
Bundy
didn't see
now.
the standoff
So
earlier.
we're
I
coming
heard
up on
about it though.
downtown Center. On to Pursuit, and the next stop that might be setting up for something. There's a gas station along.
Kind of just
the
taking a
here.
tour of all
He's got
LA
his
here.
lights flashing. Not sure if he is involved in something else, or perhaps setting up for that spike strip. Which I got to say, David, this would not be the worst place in the world for a spike strip if they had the space.
Oh, they got the space. Here it
Ocean Avenue,
comes.
that's the bottom of the incline, the
Damn.
bottom of the Santa Monica incline. Continuing on PCH, northbound
Reese and Paul.
PCH, right through that intersection. Looked like they had the red light there. Continued right through, and now this is that emptier stretch I was telling you about. So CHP about 4 or 5 car lengths behind him, continuing northbound along the beach. And there are occasional lights like this one right here. He's got the red light going right through the red light. This is concerning because we, in the last couple of minutes, while most of this pursuit has been on the freeway, we are now on PCH, which
There's
is
the burning
kind of
sauce.
a hybrid between a highway and a surface street because traffic kind of fluctuates as you come up on these intersections. And with the aggressive driving that we have seen and some of the really erratic behavior, even on the freeway that we saw, I really worry if he
I haven't really
encounters
seen
another
any erratic
intersection where he's got
behavior yet.
nowhere to go. I
Man
can
just
imagine
drives
this guy
straight,
jumping right into
like a little
oncoming lanes of
on-rails
traffic, doing
action.
whatever it takes to get away from that primary unit.
Oh, there you go. There's a big move. He's not using his blinker. Well, he's not turning yet.
Yeah, it is definitely darker
He'll
than the
follow the
freeway.
road rules, I bet.
But it's, I mean, it's darker,
He'll
but
get
it
some
still
Fandango.
has lights. I mean, there are lights up and down PCH to a point until you get further up into Malibu. Then it gets much darker, obviously. Right now,
Oh, I'm
we're
sorry, I didn't
still
see that
in the
fates.
Pacific
Just
Palisades
consistency is all
area.
you can control. That's it.
Sunset Drive, I think, is coming up here, and then we just passed Sunset. Did we just pass Sunset? I think we passed Sunset. So now, once he gets past the Getty, that'll be the entrance into Malibu, and you can see already as we get further up here, That shoulder is not reliable. There are portions of PCH that have a shoulder, and then there are portions where it is just dirt or rocks. So as he's making his way further up here, just trying to weave through traffic, employing that shoulder where he can. He's got a middle divider.
The chases are always in LA.
Is going to start to thin out. Speed limit considered.
Yes, they are.
Ground driving. So
yeah, this one's not
very
interesting. Chat said he gets away, so I guess they just got bored.
I think that this is pretty much a lost cause at this point. Nobody's picking it up, and unfortunately, we're in the backup. So the further up we get into Malibu, our radios aren't too great up here either.
He made it.
All right. Copy that. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
He'll just get arrested at his own home. Actually, no, that was a stolen car, so they probably won't catch that guy. They ran out of gas. I think what happened is, I skipped around, but I'm going to spitball a guess. He said nobody picked it up, which means I'm guessing that he went to another jurisdiction and that department didn't pick up the chase. Would be my guess. Walks off a 3-star. Yeah. He did. He did. It's that easy. Yeah, I mean, Chris kind of gave us the keys to the kingdom during one of the chases. He laid it out. Like, if you get out of that jurisdiction that's currently chasing you, they can't follow you into the next one, I guess, not every time. So it's up to that next jurisdiction to be the ones to pick up the case. And if they don't, you just get away. Well, I mean, they have all your information, so you probably just get arrested a bit later. But they don't engage in the chase. But if the car was stolen, they can't get him with that information. Yeah, that's why I think that one's a little spotty. That guy probably might just get away with it. Thanks to Resub, Deasley, and Aristotle. He stole a Scion, though, so it's really his loss. True. I guess. Thanks to Resub, Cosby, Tile, and Llama. Yeah, I heard about this one, but I don't really want to watch a fucking 4-hour standoff. I know the guy's just doing whippets, and they just sit there for fucking 4 hours watching him do whippets.
Off we go, roughly about 45 miles an hour. Again, driving on surface streets. Good afternoon, I'm Philip Palmer.
Yeah, I watched him do whippets for like 3 hours. Awesome.
Police pursuit. You're looking live at a image from Air 7 HD on West Rosecrans. We believe this is in the Compton area. This driver failing to yield is what we've, for the most part, seen at this point. There's not been a lot of reckless driving, but we did see a pit maneuver by authorities in a circumstance very similar to what you're seeing here, where they pitted him and he just simply drove over the median in the grass and just kept going. There was no damage to his vehicle.
Damn.
And he was able to continue
the shame we missed
on.
that.
So we've seen the driver
also, where's Chris?
Balloon, it looks like, and possibly inhaling whatever is in that balloon. But
oh, he's not even doing whippets, he's just doing NOS.
Influence, why they are failing to come to
Man's huffing the balloons in there, huh?
This is a kind of environment where we're going to see how dangerous this pursuit gets. So far to this point, the driver has pretty much followed traffic laws, stopping at intersections, waiting to go at green lights, but just not pulling over for authorities. And again, they've tried
He's a
one
prime
pit
cell.
maneuver. We're going to see now what they're going to try. We've seen an officer jump out of the vehicle and start to approach the truck, but then the truck drove away. So now you see here, again, at the intersection with West Rosecrans Avenue, and I don't know what the cross street is. I can't really see the cross street on that one, but he's just sitting in the left turn lane, allowing for traffic to continue to go by.
Are they like trying to sneak up on him or
North
something?
Wilmington Avenue is our
Playing this
cross
like a
street
stealth
there.
mission?
So look at all of the officers around. He is not restricted in moving forward, which they wouldn't really want to do.
Thanks for the bits,
that would put
Fandango.
officers at risk, but he is not getting out of the vehicle. So you can actually see again there the balloon in his hand.
I can
and
see that.
looks to be up
Yep.
near his mouth. So we don't necessarily know what's going on there, but
Yes, we do.
you can make
Don't
your own
worry, we do.
assumptions. Again, we're watching to see if he will get out.
I'll tell you, he's probably
and
not,
surrender
you
to
know,
authorities.
inhaling helium
Right now, they
and
are
making
not
goofy
approaching him.
voices.
The last time we saw this type of circumstance, again, the officer in that vehicle right there opened the door as if he was going to get out and approach, and then the driver just drove away. So we're now waiting to see what this pickup is going to do.
Why is the
Not
officer just kind of
necessarily-
inching up on him?
There's no opportunity necessarily.
It's like
to
meeting
do
a
pit
dog for the
maneuver at
first
this
time, and
point,
you don't
but
want to
right
like
now,
startle it by going
we
for like a
are
pet
at
too
a
quickly. So you
standstill
like
as
gently
we're
lower your
looking
hand
to
in
see
there
what happens with
before
this
petting the
person.
dog.
From the other side, you could tell that the window was down. We can't really see anything other than the contents of the back of the pickup, which again look like tree stumps. I only bring that up, and that there is some weight in the back of the pickup truck, which would give it some stability as he's driving, if he were driving at high rates of speed. But he's not necessarily. He's just not pulling.
Oh, he was waiting for a pit maneuver.
There's another pit in the intersection. If he follows suit, which he did. He
Oh
was
shit!
and
He's
now
like a
he's made
glove.
it dangerous driving
Oh
into
boy!
traffic.
Oh
Are
shit!
Continuing
It's like a game of pinball.
bump him and try to stop him, but now look as he has moved.
Oh,
on, a couple
boy.
people standing outside.
Why not just
taking
put-
their cell phone images?
Far be it from me to question the methods of the department, but if the idea was to box him in here, why not box him in here when he was preoccupied huffing nos for like actually 3 minutes at this red light? They had so much time, but instead you had officer action over here that just really wanted the pit maneuver. You could have boxed him in here and it would have been much more efficient and quicker. I don't really understand what the point of that was.
Watching to see lower.
Cool pit maneuver though, I guess.
Bump him and try to stop him, but now look as he has moved on. You have a couple of people standing outside taking their cell phone images of it, and this is almost exactly what happened a moment
Cell
ago.
phone videos, not images.
They did the pit. There's a spike strip.
Whoa!
We'll see if that got the front tire.
I don't think it
Did
did.
look like as if he got it under
Trying to
the
booby trap him
driver's
now.
side front wheel, and if it did, we'll see that tire start to disintegrate, and the driver will lose at least some control of that vehicle. But they might have missed him, and we'll see. He's going about 45
give
miles
sub
an hour,
unicorn.
41 miles an hour, so that is not excessive when you talk about this area. But he again has eluded authorities as they did a pit maneuver. But I was surprised at how many officers were there. And as I look at it, I can't really tell, but it does.
He's stopping at every red light. Let's. If the idea is to pit maneuver into a box, boxing him in, why not just box him in right now?
But no, from my perspective, it does look as if the tire is intact. So maybe they did not get him. Now we've got somebody. No, okay. So the officers again. There are plenty of officers behind. It was LA.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That we saw. And
They got a lot of
here they
boys
are
out there.
Again at an intersection, and you see.
Looks like a scene out of Fast and Furious about to go on a race.
The driver doesn't dangerously enter the intersection, and that has been a consistent behavior on this person's part. The only thing that we've seen them do is 2 pit maneuvers, and at
Thanks, you
neither
give sub
time
Gooey.
did the person stop. They just drove across the median and started heading in the other direction. And so now here we are with sheriffs again. This on Rosecrans now at North Acacia Avenue. And the driver continues to not yield. And there it is again. You can see.
Oh, here comes a pit maneuver. He's
The
lurking.
balloon
I can see that desire in his eyes. Here she comes.
Maneuver, and there is another one, and we'll see if
Nice.
the sheriff's changed tactics at all to try to pin him in a little bit more. But
Why change tactics when it's working so well already?
Go over those medians, and he's done it again. Now he's going into
Oh, he's grinding it.
This is where it begins to get dangerous for other people because
Like a
even though
Tony
he's
Hawk
slow,
stunt there. He
he
just got like
is
600
just
points from that
not
grind.
stopping, and he's going.
That was a hard
into
slide.
Traffic. So now we've gotten off of Rosecrans, and we are on a side street here at about 25 miles an hour. No word on if there was any damage to the undercarriage having gone over that curb. And
He is actually stopping at stop signs too. Instead of pitting him,
undercarriage pretty hard on that curb.
we could just come in here now and box him.
Does not look like there's any damage to the vehicle, and the person.
He
is now
stops at
going
everything
to
for the sake of more
at a stop
nos.
sign, checking both directions, and then slowly driving away. But somehow he's now eluded authorities and 3 pitmen.
Man's probably so zooty pantsed right now, he doesn't even realize that he's like in a police chase. He's probably like, oh my god, that is so impolite. I just got bumped in a fender bender. Well, I never.
Moving on through. So now we have an officer approaching from a different direction, and again, this is now West Elm Street, turning off West Elm. Again, West Elm and Acacia, it looks as if so. But you do have the risk now that you're in this part of this type of driving that there could be bystanders that come out into the street, might not realize there's a chase underway, could step out and put themselves in harm's way.
Jay
so officers are going to have to take that into consideration. You see this person.
Not sure, Bobby, but it's pretty
That is
interesting
an
so
officer.
far.
We have an officer there, and there is a spike strip that he is driving right over. So
Yeah,
we have no doubt that he hit the spike strip that he is.
Well, he literally stops to look at it. You're like, oh, this is an interesting contraption, and then just slowly drives over it.
There is a spike strip that he is driving right over. So that
Surely that has to be maximum efficiency on the spike trip.
So that's going to
Spike
disable
strip.
the front tires of this truck, and you can see the thread, the string, the rope there behind. So
Oh boy, he stole the spike
underneath
strip.
his vehicle, and we're going to see how long.
Add it to the list of
that
crimes.
is
Now it's
going
theft.
to Be able to. He's going to be able to continue driving with that.
Man, everything I've seen from these chases makes me think they need to do something different with their spike strip technology.
Now, but you couldn't even really tell if that was a spike strip or if it was something else.
Some other
that
tool.
they threw. Another device that they threw under the vehicle because it didn't look like.
Things
the
are you
spike strip.
calamitous.
No, it
And yeah,
sure
I
did
know that
not,
game,
but
Iron. I
I've
haven't
been
played it yet,
watching
though.
and listening to you
Thanks,
for
you sub
the
Iron.
last 10 minutes or so. This guy is determined to get away at slow speeds, as we are seeing. And
Very
were there
slow.
3 pit maneuvers that they
At this
attempted?
point, yeah, there've been 3, and again, you see the people on the sidewalk. So driving in this neighborhood puts folks that are just minding their own business at risk, regardless of
It does.
how
It does
reckless
put them
or
at risk.
Safe he's driving.
And what was remarkable that there were so many police cars there, and he just weaved his way right through them. I was expecting some of the officers to be a little bit more aggressive and get in his way.
Oh, that was the
Without
first pit
knowing
maneuver that we
he's
missed
armed,
earlier.
I guess that would be a reason why
Before
they
the
didn't
coverage
wanna
started.
completely,
Oh, nice.
encircle him.
Well,
Now we
at
watched
those
every pit.
points, you're not
Now
wanting
we're
to put
caught up.
officers at risk because
Exactly.
to this point he's not driven recklessly. He just
Thanks for the
refuses to
replay on the
stop. We have
Jumbotron.
been told that it was indeed a spike strip that they put under there. There was a doubt between the two of us. It just didn't look like
These are your sub
standard,
Rafi and Cameron
a
and the bits
standard
Bob.
spike strip. But to the right, you see the videotape of what this person has done
The Prime Yoshi.
previously. So it's this fine balance for officers to try to stop him from moving forward without putting officers at risk. So they're not going to really block him in if he can get any kind of movement going forward. They're going to, if they can get him so that he can't get going fast and cause them pain, then maybe they might try to box him in. But that's the spot there on the right is when I thought he might damage the undercarriage of the truck, possibly break the axle by driving over in such a manner of those.
Oh, I lost him behind the
But
tree.
He hasn't, and he's just.
Oh
been
wait,
able
the
to
officer
continue
just
to
opened
drive.
it. Oh, don't tell me this is where the
They've
spike
opened
strip
their
finally
doors.
works.
So, unfortunately,
I can't see.
We can't see why he has stopped.
Let's swing this helicopter
Due to
around.
damage from the spike strip. Now, there
Oh,
he goes
nope,
again.
there he is.
Yeah, and he's continuing. And if you're just joining us, this is happening in Compton. You see the driver of this pickup truck evading.
Welcome back to the
police
action.
After three pit maneuvers.
Oh, is he out of balloon?
And,
Nope, there it is.
One attempt at a spike strip, and this guy is still going. And as you can see, there's a balloon in his hand. We think it's a balloon. Looks like a balloon.
It is a balloon.
It's like he is inhaling something.
Yep.
And that would
Right,
be
you are.
The helium.
possibly helium
Yes.
and any number of things. This was
Brother, possibly helium? What do you think he's doing on his way to a child's birthday party to make, like, a fucking comedy sketch for them with a goofy voice? Helium? Why are we pretending we don't know what he's inhaling? Jesus.
we don't understand exactly why he's trying to get away from authorities. At one point,
Well, yeah, he's
they
fucked
did
now.
come into a surveillance
Unless he
where they were
busts
kind
through
of
the
watching
fence.
him. Generally, he's been in light traffic, but this again is the kind of
He got
stuff
himself
that-
confused
so now there's
there.
nowhere to go. He is potentially on a bike path, it looks like, and he's now pinned in. He can't go forward.
Yeah,
Officers are
so this
not
is where
after
this one
and
reaches
look
its
at the
standstill
number
for
of
4
officers
hours,
behind
huh?
him. The big risk, I would think, at this point is that this person might try to get onto the bike path and
Driving,
potentially
yeah.
try to drive on the bike path. That would be something that authorities don't want. And because if you're on the bike path, there's quite literally nowhere to go if you're a cyclist and you see a truck coming at you. So they certainly don't want him going forward, but that's kind of his choice at this point.
Yeah. And you see the law enforcement officers behind him. They've all exited their cars. They're all holding weapons. Again,
Yep.
we don't know what the
They've
initial
got him.
want for this pursuit was, and we don't
This
know
is-
if
this is
they
busted.
know whether he is armed and dangerous. And so this guy.
I'm gonna
seems to be
wager a guess he's
capable of
probably
launching
not.
that
All
balloon.
he's doing
It's
is
funny to me.
inhaling his balloon.
The balloon has deflated and inflated. So
Yes.
my assumption is that he is inhaling whatever it is he's putting into the balloon, which would suggest, and I can't say this for sure, but it suggests that he's under the influence and would be acting irrationally. Now you've got a dog that's right there in front of the vehicle. So again, you wouldn't want that to
An astute observation indeed.
away. You certainly don't want to put the dog at
Sharp
risk.
as a nail, that dog.
You just worry
The-
about
the
bike
dog
path.
did
You see
scoot by,
officers here.
a valuable witness.
So they are going to try to keep him from heading that direction. The concern I would have is if he were to turn right. That seems to be the direction that his vehicle is pointed, and if he somehow got onto that bike path, hopefully he will not make that choice.
Yeah, and my understanding is we picked this up at about 12:40. May have been going on a little longer than that, but that is the information we have so far. So we've
Okay,
been
so this goes on for
following it
4
for
hours. I'm not gonna
last-
sit here for fucking
very
4
long.
hours
He
and
doesn't
watch
seem to
this.
be reacting.
But he's got the window down, and so if
I'll
he's
skip
wanting fresh
around.
air, he's just poking his head out the window. And again, if that is helium and he has inhaled as much as we've watched, he's certainly not in his right mind. And so
It's
now
not
it looks as if
helium.
He is yelling at sheriff's deputies who, off screen to our right, his left, you could see the officers just beyond our frame here on that bike path. They might have moved from there, but that's where there were a couple of officers. There they are. So they're
Man, they got
actually
him flanked,
moving
too.
back. He may have yelled at them to the point that they want to reduce the.
Some negotiation underway.
It looks as if he's complaining that they hit him in the arm. He showed them his forearm, and he's clearly talking to them, yelling at them, and it is. He was recklessly driving balloons. That comes from
That
one of our.
Is he out of balloons
They
now?
approached the vehicles. No.
Now he's trying,
Oh boy, now he's heckling.
or maybe he's ready to surrender.
He does have his hands up, but that is not how they want him to surrender. He's gonna have to follow their commands before they are going to change anything that
Yeah.
they're doing. He's
then-
going to have to open it up and back up
Yeah.
to them. They are not gonna let him say, stop shooting.
Right. And now we can say that he was wanted for reckless driving. That has been confirmed. So that's
I would
the
hope that
initial
was
summons.
confirmed. I would agree with that.
Initially.
Yep. I think that's probably
If
correct.
he was also under the influence, you can see why. Because, here we go.
Oh, they got the riot shield out on him.
To do is because he continued. They do have less than lethal, you can see.
Wait, why did they just back up?
He's not ready to come out because he just put the window up and then back down. As they approached, he put the window back up.
What did,
And when they backed off, he lowered it again.
stand back or I'll huff more nos.
Going to do.
He is. I don't know if there's anything else.
Suspect is
If it begins to.
in that cap.
Maybe they just wanted to like hang out for a bit and
I can't
talk.
tell if he's
Oh, he's going for it.
So they're going to pull back now because, again, you don't want to put officers at risk, but he's not going to back that truck up anywhere. Look at the
trying,
tires.
though.
So
Well, let's see what kind of power this Dodge has. Or it looks like a Ford, I think.
which
Look at
could
this.
cause a fire of his tires
Wow, look
as
at
well.
this.
This just goes to show you that the
Look at
spike
this.
strip was worthless here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will really heat up. So he
Maybe that's
should
what
be
he's trying to
careful
do.
himself.
Yeah.
But again, to say he's not in his right mind would be very possibly.
A
I
safe
think
assumption.
something. Yeah, I think that's.
It's a
that's
Chevy?
reasonable
Is it a
thing to
Chevy?
say.
Definitely under the influence of something.
Yeah, and he's behaving incredibly erratically now, and it's simply he just doesn't want to get out. So you could look.
No,
at
it is a
that.
Ford? Okay, I thought
They
so.
removed the
Spike strip.
spike
right?
strip so another officer could get behind that vehicle and add just a little bit more in the event that was necessary. But that's the thing about a pickup truck as well.
He's
So
trying to
there's no
smoke 'em
way
out.
right now, other than those tree stumps. in
An
the
interesting
back,
strategy.
Programming.
multiple fire. So of tasers.
Man, he is
pepper
still
balls,
burning these tires,
rubber
huh?
bullets. And there he goes with the tires again. So you have any number, but it is generally a descriptive rounds in there to try to bang a
I'm
challenging for officers when they have everything under control except they can't stop his inhaling and his behavior, which put him in this spot.
Yeah, ultimately you have a,
Yeah.
have a myriad of things going on. One, he's under the influence. Two, every time he revs the engine and backs up and backs into the radio car, you've now escalated a DUI, which is a misdemeanor, into a possible assault with a
There's a
deadly
tier 1
weapon on a
Blake,
police
Narissa
officer.
Blue,
So
and Claken.
they're not going anywhere.
The bit's
He's
easy.
not going anywhere. They're willing to wait him out because it's a safe situation in retrospect.
And I mean, if you can see the
He's a
shot,
prime
you look
dookie.
here, it does seem as if they have a negotiator. He stepped away. Now he has come back. He has something in.
Why don't you
his
come on
hand.
out of the truck and we'll give you
That's
some
a
more
cell phone
balloons?
or whatever. But I was making speculation that if he can give him something that's non-threatening, it's not a problem to let him have it. If it'll get, it looks like he's got water.
Good bargaining tool. He's gonna be getting
I'll give
thirsty.
you the water if you come out of the truck.
Correct. It's a negotiation.
Big
what,
brain.
You want water? We'll get you water. Give me something. Get out of the vehicle. Surrender. No one's going to hurt you. What else can I give you? What else do you want?
Thanks, you're so wicked.
It's a total negotiating thing.
And it does look as if the man has water, a bottled water in his hand there. I couldn't see that. That looks to be what the officer in the dark shirt right in the center has.
Deputies fired tear gas and
Bruce,
pepper
tell us
balls?
a little
What,
bit
when?
about
Where?
Being around pepper spray and tear gas like that, I've got to think he is desperate for a drink of water.
When did that happen? Where's the
What-
tear gas?
But that's to my point of, and so the officers been more than willing to take the left.
And just the fact that he's still trying to get away and trying to back out of that.
Like 20 times
where he
way
is.
earlier?
Yes,
Fuck me, Jesus.
That
When?
lessens the be able to go forward, and that might be what rounds in there. But it is at this point we have not seen shots.
Give me a
fired.
timestamp.
We've seen less than lethal action, but you don't want any officers in any potential line of fire. So it seemed as if he was kind of waving somebody off. Maybe if they were over there by the wash, like you
Yeah.
were saying.
Yeah.
But
Went way too far back.
Further violence or confrontation.
Yeah, and we had some officers move up a little bit closer to the
It was
other
2450.
deputies. I wonder if
Doubt it. That was still like the
indicated
chase.
anything, and the
I guess not
Oxide
really.
Whippets, which they use to fill the balloons, or they sometimes use whipped cream dispensers. The gas is inhaled from the balloon or the dispenser, so that's very possibly what's been happening here. So thank you for sending that
Yeah.
to us.
And
You're looking.
Oh, they're getting him!
much without that. So now they've got to just toss the tear gas
just-
right in.
Yeah, they sure did.
You're fighting gas with gas. This man's been huffing NOS for
Nitrous oxide
like
is
an
usually what they
hour now.
huff.
Tear gas is going to
The
do
balloons,
nothing.
That comes from
That
one of
could
our
be the
executive
reason.
producers.
That could be
He's
one of
immune.
the reasons they were stopping him. Maybe someone saw him with the balloon, and they thought that that was enough of a reason to try to get him to stop.
or if he was under the influence already and driving erratically. There's so many reasons why.
Okay, let's go back forward.
The passenger side window.
Is there
looks as if
timestamps for
it's
this
been
one?
broken. And remember,
No,
we
not for
watched
this
multiple
one.
times as sheriff's deputies walked up that sidewalk, up side 2. He hasn't done much other than, house or come on and leave the area.
Hey, do you guys mind if we come inside your house and eat something? We've been out here for over an hour and a half doing
This
fucking
is
nothing.
over.
I'm getting hungry.
So you kind of have your choice, I would assume, because you're now technically within a crime scene once they put that tape up. And so, people have their lives. And, we talked about not having much of an impact to the area at large
The bike path.
to happen. Safe, but they have.
Trying to get. Could spark some flames.
Ooh,
Oh, well, if you.
Jesus
if you
Christ, Rod. Thank you for another
do
50
enough with the
drop.
tires, you could set the
Jesus
tire
Christ,
on
Rod.
fire.
Thank you, man.
Officers don't. That right there, Thomas, that's he's
Really appreciate the generosity again.
off
Deputy vehicle.
just outside that crime scene. That line of fire to get back and forth.
The circulation. But these are some of the things that we've seen in the past.
I'm not sure why the officer is pulling back on that SUV.
Honestly, this guy's got a pretty big
That was
brain,
the one that
strategy.
seemed
It's a
to
long-term
drive
play. He's going to
over
make sure all the officers are
the,
sunburned.
Spike strip when they were pulling up to bump
Because
into
they
the
weren't ready for
truck
this.
that
They did not apply any
So
sunscreen
maybe-
lotion.
Yeah, he did.
That's
They
for
got a
sure.
Flat tire,
Yeah, it
so
does
they
look
have
flat.
flattened the tire there, and I don't necessarily know what is needed to move other than maybe they're just wanting to move that vehicle out of the way. But they are repositioning it, and that vehicle, actually what had happened was he had tried to push that SUV out of the way, and just as a precaution, they backed a second police car, sheriff's vehicle, up against the rear bumper. But when they did that, they actually ran over the spike strip that had been laying down to prevent
No way.
the suspect from getting
No
away.
way.
They flattened their own tire because they couldn't pull it out of the way. We do
How?
wanna mention-
How? The spike strip, this guy ran over in like actual textbook fashion. He looked at it, made sure the spike strip was down properly, beautifully, slowly ran over it, and then accelerated, and the spike strip did nothing to his tires, and yet somehow the cops, hit their own spike strip and it pops it instantly. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And just again, we mentioned the housekeeping note just a moment ago. But
Thanks to
because of
Prime
this
Cyber and the
pursuit
resub
standoff coverage,
idea.
Cameron Hall is at 1:06.
Maybe Mars.
General Hospital will re-air at 2:06 a.m. Clearly, you're not probably staying up that late if you're up at this hour.
Right is.
He has in the canister, providing all of the information that his expertise can provide to people who are going to make the decision as to the next step for these officers. Because the person
Just keep throwing tear gas in there.
Communicate.
Flashbang him. I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. Like, you can clearly roll up and just throw anything in his window. Throw in a note that says, please get out. Like, fuck, man.
He's
Anything.
almost looking into the rearview mirror, and
Yes.
he could at some point pass out. He could.
They've
just
already
get
thrown one tear gas
tired
canister in there. Let's
and
just start,
fall
like,
asleep. I mean, you look at
Flashbang.
It, and
more tear gas.
he's not behaving as he was when we first started the standoff, when he was hanging out of the window, repeatedly.
Oh, did they
inhaling
tear gas him
over and
twice?
over and
The other
over.
one was at
And
45,
if
50.
in some way he is coming down off of his high. The odd behavior is he continues to talk to them. Even
Oh,
if he
yep,
doesn't.
looks like they
A couple
did
of
tear
times
gas
we've
him
seen
twice.
this. As they approach, if he starts to move, they've generally backed off. So here they go. They're putting it out in there on him, and he's still got that canister. See the canister that he has?
Oh, shit!
Well, but look in his hands right now.
Those
That
fast
is a massive
reflexes.
Canister of something.
He just threw it out.
Yeah, he threw the tear gas out, which I think is why they fire the pepper balls in there. They throw the pepper balls at him so that he.
What pepper balls? I haven't seen any of those.
Is he inhaling from the
Maybe directly from the
actual- from the
canister,
he-
but that is
yeah.
a huge canister that he's
the
got there
helium
now.
canister?
That goes a little
that, I
beyond.
see it,
That
yeah.
goes a little.
Oh, I didn't.
beyond,
Oh, okay.
the-
All right, he's
the,
going right to the source. No balloons necessary.
Microsoft's, the whipped cream kind of canisters that we were talking about a minute ago, but who knows what it is. But yeah, what they're doing, it seems, is they approach with tear gas that will really make breathing in the cab difficult. And the way they keep him from grabbing and throwing
Thanks to
it
the
out,
Bitsy
which we
Unicorn, or
saw,
said Wonder Boy,
is to
or Wonder
fire
Boy.
a lot of less than lethal rounds in there, whether those are rubber bullets or pepper balls or whatever they might be, because then he's less likely to reach over and grab
He's
it.
got that Tipman on him right now. He's got the paintball gun out. Just hit him with a couple paintballs.
But he has
Just get him with the bang, bang, bang.
to be more than capable of
Paintball is fun as fuck.
fighting off
He might even enjoy that,
rounds
actually.
and grabbing the canister and
That was
throwing
the
it
first
aside.
time. That was the first time I saw him do that. Did you see that
I
earlier?
think-
Oh, the spider? I remember that
Somehow,
one.
maybe they'll
Spider had
go,
that double
or maybe the
trigger.
cab, but
That shit was
we
cheating in
get one of-
paintball.
because there are guns pointed right at the mouth of the bridge, and so you can't put people.
Picture on the left, you can see that he is again gesturing his hands, trying to communicate or communicating with that driver.
Intake.
Been very
If more force is necessary to end this, are
Who,
they ready?
who do they have out here? G.I. Joes now? What? Man, this guy's armed to the teeth. Good lord, alright. Yeah, they called him Master Chief, I guess. Yeah, not wrong. About to drop in the ODST troops.
ready to end it, or do we want to keep going and keep letting it play out? But they're going to explore all options, and
despite the tear gas and the.
Oh, wait, what the
pepper
fuck? Yeah, they got like the National Guard out here.
He's been under the influence, we assume, and that be.
see what he's going to do because of nicotine. Is the negotiator? Will he tell him? You have a couple options.
What?
here,"
Why?
or will they just
Why
come and
though?
surprise
That
him
seems like
use,
so unnecessary.
measures that don't let him know what's coming.
They've walked up to the
Yeah,
cabin
they don't
fucking
anything
3
going to
times
do,
now.
Such as a use of force. However, they are going to.
Surely they have to know he doesn't have a weapon or
You are
anything.
ultimately end up going to jail. Why don't we just end this whole thing? We got you water. We got you things you wanted. Got you a phone maybe to call relatives. Let's end this. Let's all go home.
I will say, Bruce, I haven't seen them actually give him anything like that. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was when I think David was talking about earlier. They tossed water to him. I think.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
something.
Yes, yes.
yeah, we saw them toss water, but
Yes.
I've not seen him.
Well, can we
Bruce
Uber
was
Eats
saying just
some
in
food to
general,
him, maybe?
sometimes they'll get
Wine
a
and
phone.
dine him, maybe
We haven't
get him out
seen,
that way?
any evidence of that, but maybe we missed it.
Put like a large rotisserie chicken on the end of a fishing line to
But
lure him
also
out?
I was thinking, is it likely that they're trying to reach his family, and maybe get their help to de-escalate this?
Yeah, that's entirely possible. You run the license plate, send somebody to the house. Maybe, hopefully, that is a good address that they can talk to. Residents. It's not impacting the.
Oh shit, they're rolling up.
Main Street, but you are seeing the deputies approach, and I fully believe that there is going to be a resolution on this. That they're going to have to go in, open
Mm-hmm.
up the door, drag this guy out, and take him into custody. At this point, I
That
think
looks
they
to be the
will
only way.
Well, we see the SWAT officers approach
Oh, nope,
so that
must-
they could take
must have been
something
too hairy.
out of that sheriff's.
He looked at it.
vehicle,
He
and
looked at
now
them with
they
the nos again. And he said, "Don't make me.
So
Don't make me do it."
Interesting. He turns around and watches. But what also is interesting is that he's monitoring them by looking in his rearview mirror that is there on the side of the driver's side. When they come from that other side, right?
Been joined.
in that vehicle.
So now.
Jesus Christ! They got the SWAT unit out here.
Bruce, I liked what you said.
We need the
vantage
experts.
point of
This
being
guy's
able to
good.
look down.
It's fucking Jason Bourne in that truck.
When they approached and they threw the tear gas into the passenger side, is there an officer, because we saw they had 4 or 5 officers coming up, is there one officer whose job is to kind of watch the interior to identify anything that might be in there that could be used as a weapon? Do you have individual assignments?
Oh wait, here's another replay. Oh, is this their first tear gassing or second? I can't remember.
Information out of the cab of that vehicle.
I think this is their first tear gassing.
Yes, great point.
Yeah,
as
that's
a
their first one.
supervisor, I'm on scene. I am orchestrating what is going on. I am telling Deputy Smith, you're going to deploy the tear gas. Deputy Jones,
Bring him or any officers. And what do you think? What the Bearcat? It's going to go beside it. How is this going to give a better vantage point for the officers? Since the officers seem to keep
Vantage
going right
point?
next to this vehicle with, a shield.
Yeah, ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to swap out
Good
the
question.
Bearcat for that patrol vehicle, which is at the rear of the pickup truck. The problem lies, you have a very narrow street with cars on both sides.
But why? But why? But why? Why? Why are you swapping out the police cruiser here with the fucking SWAT Bearcat? That's so unnecessary. They have walked up to this goofy goober's window fucking 5 times. 5 times. They have to know by now he has no weapons beyond huffing nos, which I guess could be like a Bane level power-up juice, maybe. But like they have to know there's nothing in there. Surely at this point they'd be like, alright, we'll just drag him out, I guess. What the fuck? Thanks the resub. Quippy. Oh, and another fucking 50 drop, Rod. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Rod. Thank you for the generosity again.
Very big vehicle. The Bearcat is.
They could be assuming explosives. If they're assuming explosives, I don't think they would have walked up to the window that many times. I mean, I guess that is like a real thing that could be a danger with that gas canister in his car. Like, I guess he could just blow that up. I mean, I don't know, though. That seems... I don't see how putting a Bearcat behind it necessarily helps with that.
Is a heavy-duty armored vehicle.
There's the
And
resub,
when they
Sully,
move that patrol
Hippo,
car, does that now cause the
Puff,
suspect to
Rubber,
put the vehicle
and
back
Gentleman.
in gear and back up, endangering the officers? Or are they going to try to deploy a spike strip to the rear or something like that?
People because he's going back.
What is a
You can't
spike
really
strip
steer
to the
it.
rear gonna
We
fucking
saw
do? It doesn't...
something,
Jesus
rod
Christ!
Or maybe the spike strip that's wrapped around the wheels on the other side. We can't see it right now. But you
the
can just
fuck?
see a slight bit of it on the ground there from the passenger side. So there is something that's disabled his vehicle as far as being able to steer or move.
Thanks, the
So
resub
he's not
jelly
going
roll.
anywhere. I mean, I'm surprised they had 2 Bearcats in this close quarters.
Yeah, but however, that is how our Special Enforcement Bureau rolls. It is a SWAT call-out, and so they will roll multiple Bearcats out in addition to other resources. They may even...
Until he got the arrow, and he...
Oh,
would just
shit, here we
sit there
go.
And eventually begin
The
to
day is
sober up,
saved.
in a manner of speaking. Yes, I mean, at some point, you do sober up, but if not, if he continues to huff, I mean, if he just continues to use it over and over, yeah, nothing changes. And here comes the Bearcat.
Yeah.
Woo!
How, you know, you have these cars that
They
are
did
parked
it!
next to the narrow street, and then you can see the barrier.
Okay. He's not moving. He hasn't moved in 2.5 hours, and now he definitely won't.
These are tight quarters right here, Bruce.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get...
And luckily they have 2 more, just in
to replace
case.
that patrol vehicle. And like we just talked about, it's a very tight street with cars on both sides. It's going to be tricky, but that's what they want to do, and so they're going to do that.
How much is
Thanks to
this
Prime Warrior.
shielding them from whatever he's watching? Because, you know, if the difference between that Bearcat and that SUV is remarkable, and he's not going to be able to see as much. He hasn't been able to move for over an hour, but by putting that Bearcat there, he's not going to be able to see them either. Is that
Oh, the
part
element of
what they want to
surprise.
do, or is that just a product of what they're doing?
Yes, definitely. You're 100% right. You know, if he can look back and see what's going on, maybe he comes up with some other mindset. But the fact that the officers are shielded from his view and they're formulating their plan, bringing whatever tools of the trade to bear, he can't see that now. So ultimately, that does work out.
There's the
in
Bitch Mac and Tier 1
deputy's
Mitch.
favor, but also, as we talked about, having that...
And yeah, I
turret,
did see that, Mars. We've talked about it.
A fire, we'll call it, where they can look...
He kept
And that can last for a couple
Oh, now he is absolutely not moving.
We'll huff or sniff it, and
Another Bearcat.
it's a fast. It's a fast.
Yeah, this is
huff.
like
I
a
don't
game
know
of
what type
Tetris.
What kind of behavior somebody would sort of exhibit if they are using something like this? We did see the person looking like they had a...
You can never be
vape pen,
too
but
sure
we
with the
don't know
power
what
of
was
an
inside that,
F-150.
If it was just nicotine, or if it was, you know, marijuana. We don't know. And
What's
again,
going on, Io?
That's what law enforcement is trying to figure out.
What's
But
going
again,
on?
We were also talking, Bruce. We
What?
don't see this suspect on the phone. So I know that we're seeing the negotiator on the phone quite often, but I don't believe that negotiator's talking to this person on the phone.
Yeah, the negotiator may be
Thanks,
talking
Brian.
back to
Els
his
Harp in
office,
Tier 1 Dalton.
trying to say, hey, we need a patrol
Cat.
indicator.
One of the helicopters.
Vacation along West.
Chris! They woke Chris up. They're like, oh my god,
Bruce Thomas
please get Chris in here. Anything. God, I can't do this anymore. Please, Chris, save
I
us.
tell you that from your shot, what we saw just a moment ago is just another little thing that is being done, and that was removing the dog from the grass. They removed the people. The dog across the street had been there throughout the duration, just kind of casually laying in the front yard. And in your shot, we saw
Yes,
a deputy
there was a
take the
dog there.
and remove the dog. So I'm saying that from the sense that as Bruce has been talking about this is a SWAT operation, and everything is going to be in place so that no one else gets hurt. There is no other problem. You see that the Bearcat is parked in the yard. So maybe they were just moving the dog so that the dog doesn't run away and become a problem. Who knows? But
Yeah, now they have a forward operating base.
Did move back away from the vehicle.
That's good.
SWAT came in. They put the Bearcat in. They have clearly taken over, which
Exit Tier
Bruce
1
told us that's what
Mad
they were
and
doing.
Tier 1
But
Nathan,
they've also
the resub
kind of
llama.
removed the negotiator from direct communication with this person. They were right next to him. They were actually able to talk back and forth, but they have now moved back as well. So I don't know if that is a sign, if Bruce is with us still, I don't know if that's a sign that there is an indication that they might be getting ready to move forward, but they are seeming to move all of the obstacles out of their way.
Yes, all the obstacles, like a dog in the nearby yard.
Sorry, Bruce, go ahead.
I was just going to say to Philip's point, it looks like SWAT is formulating
Thanks,
a
Resub
plan,
Faye.
and they are going to tactically approach this vehicle and render this situation neutral.
And then, Chris, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, my guess, and I wonder if Bruce would agree here, that when they do decide to make their next move, I wonder if they will actually put that Bearcat in reverse and replace that Interceptor SUV with the Bearcat to kind of bring that Bearcat as close to the vehicle as possible. That might be an indication, and oftentimes we do see that, but might be an indication.
Let's see if they do just that. Let's see if Chris is on the money.
To the
Driver looked
he's not stand
and kind of
to the person. I mean, Minnesota.
activity. He's more inebriated than anything else, which you would think will play into law enforcement's favor here.
what does
I think they're just literally waiting for him to have to take a shit or something. Or get like really hungry and thirsty that he's just like, alright guys, look, we've had our fun. Let's get some food and call it a day, huh?
Responses. And what we've been seeing as well, it makes you feel lightheaded or you hallucinate, and it's
Bruce is still going back that.
and
It's been 3 hours.
The biggest
Not getting out of the vehicle.
I could see where they
one of those
time to disorder.
was hit.
And we've seen this stand up for quite some time now with very odd behavior. We're going to catch you up on everything when it comes to the details.
That's an
of the
understatement.
pursuit, but this has been a long afternoon for the officers in pursuit. And as you can see,
Exit Tier 1
a
Knox
lot
and the
has
resub
happened
Aaron
in the
Crawford
time
and
that
gift
he's
sub
just
unknown.
been sitting there with strange behavior inside the cab of this vehicle.
Yeah, there was 3 separate pit maneuvers that took place. This driver was able to maneuver away from law enforcement to then find them.
Shoot.
Those higher rank.
Could present a whole new set of problems for
They just got away from it. It's like, alright.
Leticia Juarez is
Literally anything else, please, God. Well, what's happening over here,
I can
Leticia?
tell you today's been a good day in the mountain communities in the fact
That's
that
good.
it's been clear weather, sunny skies, allowing people to, if they can, even
They told the... Oh, there's the other Bearcat. We got 3 in the Mega Mix now. They told the commentators, the casters, like, hey, you guys can just like go home.
Sure, okay.
Man, this is more just like a casual get-together at this point for the whole department. Surprised someone doesn't wheel out a little grill and start cooking. Like, that might even be a good play, like try and entice him to get out of the car for some, like, high-quality cookout food. There's the Bitsmars. And the Prime Baros and the resub. Brandedy, Silver, and Action. Oh, this is a new angle. Oh, yeah. Now I get to see it from all sides. What is the resolution? It has been 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Copy. Vehicle with the rear tires flat, not really anywhere.
Hey,
for the
welcome back,
suspect
Chris.
to go. But the one thing that is new here is that the LA County Sheriff's Department has pulled in another armored vehicle that has now made their way into the neighborhood along that bike path where SCB officers are now strategizing on whether to approach that pickup from a different angle. There is that third Bearcat, making it the third armored vehicle now on this prolonged operation.
They've got the undercover espionage crew out here too in the unmarked white vans with the satellite dishes on top. What the fuck is this? Who do they think he's communicating with? Alright, maybe we'll deploy an EMP. Take out the gas canister. No, fuck. Wait, it's gas. EMP's useless against him. Shit, he's thought of everything. Holy shit. That's the news? Oh, is it? Is it the news? Usually news is in marked vans, aren't they? At least the ones in Tampa. I don't see any markings on these. I assume this is like the quintessential, like, undercover cop shit. Though I guess it's not very good cover if there's like a satellite dish on there. Maybe I'm not familiar with what the news vans look like in Cali.
On whether to approach that pickup truck from a different angle. There is that third Bearcat, making it the third armored vehicle now on this prolonged operation as they try and strategize, again, how to extract the driver from that pickup truck. Certainly a precarious situation. They don't want to agitate him or spook him. He is believed to be heavily under the influence, but again, we will continue to monitor their each and every movement.
Indeed, he is heavily under the
I'm
influence.
Chris Christie, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
Where is this one going? Is that one going back to base? We're gonna need more reinforcements. I'll summon the squad. Oh, maybe it's gonna meet him on the other side of this, and they'll have like Mortal Kombat over this bike path. What's happening over here? Is this guy part of this, or is this just a passerby? Hey! What's going on, big guy? Hey. What an afternoon, huh? Can you believe it? Oh my god. How does this end? Holy shit, they just cut the feed, don't they? Oh my, is he still there? Is he just still there? ABC7's like, holy shit, this was 4 hours. That's enough. Fox 11, it continues? Okay. How long does this go on for? What the Okay.
Describe as
Driver,
So
the deputy.
individual.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds though. Okay. Well, actually, hold on. While I'm standing, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thanks for resub, Smokey. And the bits Deathish and Rebecca.
Still just waiting him out. Would it be typical in this situation? Obviously, you talked about crisis counselors and people trying to call him. But would the sheriff's deputies on the ground there, especially the SWAT guys, would they be yelling out instructions as well?
In the initial confrontation, so to speak, with patrol deputies, they were certainly trying to control the situation.
Oh wow, they actually did park the other Bearcat on the other side of this.
I'm sure he
Very tactical, just in case that guy gets a ramp to jump off from one side to the other.
To bring him out through the deployment of that gas, which he defeated not only to the open air, but also probably with the influence of that chemical that he's utilizing. As the tactical team is on hand, certainly you will constantly remind him that he's that
stay many hours. I can't quite figure it out.
You and me both.
The advantage because he's obviously enjoying his euphoric feeling. As Alex showed, he's dancing to who knows if it's actually audible music or within his own mind. But it certainly brings to light the professionalism and patience of not only the frontline patrol deputies from Compton, but also the tactical operators as well, the tacticians.
Insights. I guess your years of experience of doing this and waiting people out have sort of prepared you for that. That's part of the gig, huh?
It does, and we've had a lot of SWAT deployments in the Compton area and surrounding area, which includes.
Man, if this guy just brought some snacks and some water, he could have actually just been here all night.
The county of Los Angeles.
Like actually just, maybe even forever, depending on how long the snacks last.
What's impressive about the reverence for human life that the sheriff's department.
This would actually be an incredible diversion if his friends are criminals. It'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna go occupy the entire LAPD by just, I don't know, going for like a small drive and then parking somewhere for a while. You guys go commit a lot of crimes. They're gonna be kind of low.
Then you'll be able to address that deadly confrontation as well. But those incidents are more rare than people think. I think the TV shows and the police shows and movies and things of that nature
show a situation where
viewers know that are from LA and not from LA that they are hearing from a retired assistant sheriff right now on YouTube and FoxLA.com. You can stay with us. We're going to still be here for you with Marla Tejas anchoring, but Alex and I will start the 5 o'clock newscast. I was at a great event this morning I want to share with you at 5 o'clock. So we're watching this standoff here, and Jim, you and I were talking earlier on, if we can just kind of, as we sum up our coverage here and we transition to our 5 o'clock in a minute.
You said PZ.
The issue we're seeing here is a lot of restraint. And
Not sure, Vero. Hope you get something you like, though.
Over the decades when it comes to but you
confirms, with example on
hour.
We are waiting for a press conference to begin. We're waiting to hear new information from LA County Sheriff's Department. That is the agency that has been involved with this first pursuit that started in the 12 o'clock hour this afternoon and has now
just casual 4 hours.
The pursuit ended about 1 p.m. at this wash here, this flood control area in the city of Compton.
I'm excited to see that press conference.
And the driver was seen inhaling an unknown substance. As deputies arrived, they saw the driver was inhaling unknown substance from a tank. Fearing that the suspect was gonna drive off and create a public danger, as well as the danger for the public. Also, with the driver inhaling an unknown substance, the deputies believed that the driver was under the influence. The deputies attempted a traffic stop on the vehicle, but the driver took off.
Thanks for your sub, Skitty, Pillsbury, and the Bits Unicorn.
Pursuit ensued. The vehicle ended up to the 800 block of Poplar Avenue in the city of Compton, where the suspect refused to exit the vehicle. The crisis negotiation team and the mental evaluation team are on scene and attempted to communicate with the driver, but was unsuccessful. The scene right now is turned over to the Special Enforcement Bureau, and where the Special Enforcement Bureau deputies will attempt to bring the incident into a conclusion.
Oh boy, he's back to the tank. He's probably almost out at this point.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the deputies are attempting to make communication with him.
What do you mean attempting? God damn it. We have seen this man lean out of the car with his fucking belly flopped over the windshield or the window, literally talking to you guys to your face. Communication was established fucking instantly. Literally off rip. God damn it. What do you mean attempting? Just go up there and talk to him again. You have walked up to his fucking window 6 goddamn times, 2 of them to put tear gas in it. Like, there is no problem saying hello to this man and like having this conversation. Like, can you get the fuck out of the car? Get out of the car, I'll let you pet my cat. Like, anything. Like, holy shit. Communication is the easiest thing with this guy.
They are unsuccessful in getting him out of the vehicle, but they are in. So far, he's looking at driving under the influence and also assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. Exit the vehicle peacefully, and so that we can bring this to a peaceful end.
Some of the suspects' family members are at the scene?
I have no information on that, sir. We have evacuated some residents from the area for their safety. We urge the residents in the area to stay in their home and listen to deputies' orders. Do not.
That was in the news of Compton. Substance been happening since 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh boy.
It's 5:10 here on the West Coast. Maybe you're joining us from the East Coast. I understand that this has attracted a lot of eyeballs just because it's just been so wild to watch. I mean, the pursuit was wild, and when this came to an end at this wash at 1 o'clock more than 4 hours ago, we thought, okay, it's only a matter of time. We've covered these sorts of pursuits many times, and it's only a matter of time until we get the suspect into custody. Well, here we are 4 hours later. We've also seen, this is also why this guy will now be charged with assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. As soon as he hit this dead end and he saw that he was surrounded and had bodily injury to innocent,
What are they playing?
unsuspecting.
Holy shit, are they going to send a drone in there?
Those, I don't think
Oh my god. They've got the drone out. All right. We're entering the climax.
SWAT team, they're clearly, they are getting ready to make a move.
Yeah.
Joining us, it's nice to have a little bit of company here.
I wonder if they've been trying to set this up for the last 3 hours they've been here.
Our chopper early in the morning, and he covered this pursuit earlier on when we first jumped on the air. With
Bad news, Chief. Batteries are dead.
Stu,
All right, we tried.
overhead. You saw all of this unfold. Go ahead. What do you make of it all these hours later?
Let's not lie.
Do we have Stu?
Stu?
Bear with us, folks. Just give me the thumbs up if in fact we do have Stu.
We got some audio issues here, but I've been listening to Marla talking, and she was making comments about what was going on.
I have expected this camera pan to be up there, and he's just not there anymore. He just like casually walked out and walked away. He changed his shirt at some point.
Talking about the assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. That was when that pickup truck collided with one of the deputies' vehicles. After that pit maneuver, we saw that, and
Thanks to Prime Medic and the resub so very much.
That vehicle kind of bumped one of those deputies' vehicles. I'm watching the feed live. I hope the timing is about right, but you can see right there the SEB folks. It's the Sheriff's Department version of SWAT. They've got one of their toys out right there. That's going to be a drone. I have an idea they're going to be bringing that drone or flying around, looking, maybe trying to really make sure that the best they can that suspect has no weapons inside that vehicle. Also, we were talking about this going on for 4 hours, maybe more. It definitely has been, and you've just got to wonder about that guy in the truck. Even if he was inebriated earlier on, how long can you just sit in a vehicle? I was watching some of these shots moments before.
Yeah, at this point, their strategy seems to be giving him deep vein thrombosis from being stationary for so long.
Almost kind of saying, come on, guys, arrest me. Let's bring this thing to an end. This all happening out here in the Compton neighborhood. Right now, they're keeping a real focus on that drone. They probably want to see that fly over there, keep an eye on where it's going to go, and that's probably the reason why the camera operator in the helicopter right now is keeping that shot. But that suspect sitting in that vehicle, I was watching him fidget. One of the things that we do in the helicopter is read body language, because we're not down there. We can't hear the conversation. We can't, we're not getting the cues that other people are getting when they're watching or when they're on the ground. So you kind of watch people's body language, and you can see this guy looking in the mirror. He's
Prime
getting a little
Nero.
anxious. He's, the body language has changed. So this kind of gives me the idea that perhaps that this is going to be coming to, he's starting to get desperate. So maybe he might even just open the door and give up. I
Thanks,
just hope
Soldier.
he doesn't throw that thing in the drive and try to get away. We've been getting these wide shots also of this area. There's a pedestrian bridge right next to where that pickup truck is. We're like, okay, vehicle. Well, I'm almost wondering if that suspect doesn't want to just get out of that vehicle. Come on, I mean, if you've been sitting in a truck for 4 hours, I mean, it's time. It's time to get out of that vehicle. So
Agreed.
Right now,
I do agree.
Kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. And of course, we want to
Enough horseplay. Let's call it quits here, huh?
But of course, the other side of it is, it's still a dangerous situation.
Thanks,
That
Yusuf
suspect
Toga.
could injure himself. They don't want to see that. There's always that possibility. That truck still runs. He has the keys. Goes 4 hours during the pursuit.
Oh, here it is.
Maneuver when he was inhaling from that balloon. We
UAV inbound. Yes, sir.
Maneuver. We watched him drive on center dividers. We watched him.
Nope, here it comes.
Weave his way through
Oh, maybe to like startle him. Like, oh fuck! Technology. Opens the door and runs.
Makes it sound more dramatic than it was. He definitely hit that deputy's vehicle, though, and that's what we were. When it happened, I knew that was the game changer. That's when everything changed, because now.
Oh, they're sneaking up on him.
Assault with a deadly weapon, not just evading and a DUI. So
in position.
SEB there. You can see
gathering intel.
Pole in front of those deputies right there.
Calculating.
We've seen that in the past. They will put.
Imagine he just crashes it into the truck.
Than the ones that we saw earlier on, which we were watching from way back when. They actually had deputies walking up holding these canisters of.
The legendary 6th star has been achieved. The drones are out.
Technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it back in the day, but it's tear gas, basically. It's something that's going to annoy.
Oh, wait, did they tear gas him? Or is that, what the fuck is...
SEB has inside there is different types, different...
Oh, finally! What the fuck? They've tear gassed him 2 times and it wasn't that powerful. They finally brought out the big boy tear gas? It's about time! Like, they could have done this 4 hours ago.
All right, Stu, Mandel, I apologize. I'm going to interrupt you because he's jumping out.
Oh.
Obviously, because there's gas is coming out. Now he's making a run for it as he...
There we go.
And he doesn't look like he's going to make it very far. Hands up.
I'm surprised they caught him with that kind of speed.
To an end. My goodness.
Yeah, he got hotboxed on that one.
That happened all of a sudden, yet how long it has taken. We have been watching this standoff with this pursuit suspect, this reckless DUI pursuit suspect who is now going to face a charge of assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. He has sat in that white pickup truck for hours now, smoking some sort of, or pardon me, inhaling an unknown substance. Next thing you know, his cab was...
That's all it took. Yeah, I know. I mean, they tried 2 times earlier, but it didn't nearly get this effective. And then they just gave up doing it. They're just like, oh shit, tear gas is ineffective on this guy, I guess. And they just didn't try again for fucking 4 hours.
He didn't go far, and now he is in handcuffs. He is in custody. That was a wild end to...
When did the tear gas even get in there? The drone must have been a distraction. I want to see when that even made it.
Canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's a technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it back.
Where is it at?
It's tear gas, basically.
Oh, it's in there, right? When did it get in? Did they even tear gas him, or did his gas canister itself blow up? What happened?
Because now it's becoming assault.
They got shot through the windshield? When? I was trying to look for that.
Canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's a technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it.
Okay, it must be like right here in the helicopter cam must have missed it. Because now he's struggling with it, so he must have heard it come in. Yeah, they must have shot it through the back window, but we couldn't see it on the cam.
What SEB has inside there is different types, different brands. And that pole right there that you see.
All right. 4 hours. Thanks to the resub. Bo and Pog. The drone fired it? Oh, no shot. The drone fired it.
It makes it sound more dramatic.
I'm sure we would have seen the drone fire it. That's not exactly a small thing. I'm pretty sure it just went through the rear view window. But we couldn't see it because of the helicopter cam missed it.
It's becoming assault with a deadly weapon, not just evading and a DUI. So these the SEB there, you can see that large pole in front of those deputies right there. We've seen that in the past. They will put a different type of gas canister than the ones that we saw earlier on.
I don't see the pole that he's talking about.
When they actually had deputies walking up holding these canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's the
Yeah, see, it's right there because he turns around, so he must have heard it, and it was when the helicopter didn't get. Oh, and there, look, there, that's the pole.
gas, basically.
Yeah.
It's going to annoy that,
So we just couldn't see the officers holding this pole.
What SEB has inside
Okay.
there is different types. Different
Mystery
brands.
solved.
And that pole right there that you see, they will put that canister. It's basically like one of, you've seen those old, the claws and stuff. That
Things that resub our interior.
People have these like grabby things.
All right,
that,
Stu, Mandela,
so
I
they
apologize. I'm
will
going to interrupt
actually
you because
put that
he's
canister
jumping
on there,
out,
walk
obviously, because there's gas is coming out. Now he's making a run for it as he gets rid of his hoodie, and he doesn't look like he's going to make it very far. Hands up.
Nice, we got him. Thanks the resub Clucky. That was a big one. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Mitch. And the Prime, Kaio. Yeah, I know there was another police chase. We saw. Oh, well, and another one after that, clearly. This one was 29 minutes ago. They had 3 chases today. There's a Prime overhype. Pretty good day for Vice City. Yeah, I guess. 3 police chases in one day. Not too shabby. Is there a world record for most police chases? I don't know, but if there is, I guarantee LA holds that record. And it won't even be close. There's a bits, Tori. You liking the new Scream isn't surprising. You didn't like Citizen Kane, so you obviously know nothing about movies. What? It's crazy how people just make shit up. I don't like Citizen Kane? Brother, you know I've never seen that movie. You're actually just making shit up. Or you read that one place one time on like a Reddit post. But you've been saying that for the last hour now. Thanks to the Prime. Pole nose. Did you enjoy the finals the other day? That game's got a lot of potential, but the input lag makes it unplayable right now. So once they fix the input lag, that game's probably going to pop. Thanks, Resub Big B. Thanks, Resub Mitch in the Prime. Calazar? ABC News reports that on average, Los Angeles sees more than 1,000 high-speed chases a year. Wow. God damn. That's actually significantly less than I would have thought for LA, not gonna lie. Thanks to the bits, Will and Ball, and I am excited for John Wick 4. Jesus, it's terrible, Will. Is someone around LA? I feel like I've become desensitized to having car chases locally. Yeah, it seems like it's not really a uncommon occurrence, so it's definitely more of a nuisance because it interrupts your commute in a big way. So, I imagine. Yeah, I definitely would have thought it'd be more than 1,000 a year in LA. To put that in perspective, there's more train derailments in the US than there are police chases in LA, and that just blows my mind. There were 1,700 train derailments in 2022. I guess there's only 1,000 LA police chases. Well, but then again, 2022, that was before it became like a sport. So 2023, I think they can double it comfortably. We're on good pace right now to at least get 2K police chases in LA this year. Thanks, resub, Jesse. And the resub curb. Is that just the city or county? Good question. I have no idea. Here, I'll look it up. Okay. What's a reputable source here? Oh, also that 1,000 number was old. That was from 2020. In fact, in 2022, it was reported that the California Highway Patrol had more than 2,200 police chases last year. The 1,000 number is 3-year-old data, so we've only been climbing. Thanks to Tier 1 General and the resub Geese and the 2 anonymous gift subs and the gift sub Mervin and New Neon. That's like 6 a day. That's a bit. What about it, huh? That's LA for you, baby. Thanks to the bits Bays. Yeah, that's God, what's his name? Charles something. I know exactly who that is, Bays. He used to do Dine and Dashing and then got arrested for it or something. Thanks to the resub Frog. I guess Tori, I don't know. Thanks to Tier 1 Goat Squirts. What's the most in one day? That I doubt they keep track of. Yeah, I don't see any data for that. Fox does a yearly recap of the wildest police chases. So Fox 11 has the, what is this, the top 10 police chases of 2022? That's cool. Thanks to the Bits Tactical. I don't know about that Tactical. Thanks to the Bits Goose and Will in Tier 1 Landon. Probably not Will. Do they have chases like this in Tampa? No, it's really an LA thing. I don't know how common police chases are in Tampa or Florida in general for that matter. All I know is it's like a very LA thing. That's where most of them are. Pretty hype chase though, 4-hour standoff. Wowee. There's a tier 1 Inu. Would you visit LA? I went to LA once. I don't know how anyone even engages in a police chase. You can't fucking move in that traffic. There's a resub. Malachi. The Bits guy. Nah, probably not. Chris is great though. I wonder if this one even had a resolution. Oh, well no. This is the one that just they'd let get away, and I doubt anyone picked up the chase. This guy just goes home after the chase. Probably had to divert all the resources over to just watching this guy sit in his truck for 4 hours. Look at the police chase stats in Florida. Okay, let's see. I don't see any numbers on Florida. I did just find the... looks like overall abstract on number of police chases per year. And according to the Department of Transportation, approximately 250,000 high-speed chases occur each year. Not bad. Is the resub Slimy? The resub Serena? Probably Sky. Thanks for the resub Emotion. Hope you're doing well. No D2 tonight. We grinded enough last night where I don't really need to like scramble for shit. But I do need to get up early for world first race in the morning for the new raid. So that'll be noon EST, so 12 hours from now. I think I'm going to go get a little snack and then go to bed. Get good night's sleep because it'll probably be like a 24-hour stream starting tomorrow. Plus we also have Moist Moguls Valorant match. That starts at 4, I think. So we got a big day tomorrow. Thanks for resubs, Zamataz. And soon, Tootie. Alright, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. New subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Enjoy the emotes. Sorry for the quick stream, but I do need to get a good night's rest. We got world first race tomorrow, baby. I will see you all in about 12 hours. Sleep well, everyone. Have a great evening. Thanks again. Thanks, Resub Elder. Alright, night everyone. See ya.